Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jat here, joined by the victorious Quantic Gaming in the first round, Meteos and High. Any just kind of thoughts on that game just right off the bat?
They were pretty fun. We tried to end it before 20. Did not work out in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, both games were over at about 20 minutes and 30 seconds. First one a surrender, second one you killed the Nexus. You were talking a little bit about the picks and bans. Was that what you expected early on from these guys, or were they trying to throw you a curveball?
Game one, we knew what we wanted to ban, and we figured they had to ban these champions, otherwise we'd get them and they'd probably lose. So we were expecting that, but then game two, they probably just went ham and was like, hey, let's just not ban anything, and let's just pick OP champions and see if we can win. So I didn't really see that coming, but it didn't work out that well, so.
Was the quick victory pretty much what you guys expected coming into the qualifiers?
We were hoping for it, but obviously you can't always imagine it's gonna happen, so we were trying to do it, but it worked out in our favor, so.
Yeah, and Meteos, obviously you were not on the Cloud9 team that didn't manage to qualify earlier on in the spring split. What have you noticed since joining Quantic, and how have you guys prepared for this qualifier coming up?
Since I joined Quantic, we've been doing really well. We won the 2 amateur LAN tournaments we've been in, and the whole team just gets along really well. So I think it's a good team, and I think we can qualify.
Was there anything in particular about the LAN experience that you think gives you guys an edge over any of the other teams here?
I don't know. Well, we live in a gaming house, so we're used to playing next to each other all the time. So I guess that helps.
Yeah, I mean, about the gaming house, how did that happen?
Well, after we lost LCS, our team kind of disbanded. So every ties with any organization we had kind of died. And with the amateur scene, the IPL 6 makeup tournament and MLG Dallas, travel was covered for both events. So we didn't really need a sponsor to travel events because they already traveled or were covered. So we were just looking for, if we were to go with an organization, we'd pick one that could help us qualify for the LCS. And Quantic stepped up and said, hey, you can move in this house and practice. So I was like, yeah, sure. It helped out.
How long have you guys been living in the house?
A little less than a month, I'd say.
All right. So with the early Quantic house, what has that allowed you guys to do from a practice perspective?
Well, people aren't late anymore for the most part, except for one player that's not at the house anymore. And we are able to watch replays, watch streams, watch anything together. And the tension between the team just kind of died down. Because when you're raging on someone online, they don't care as much, But when you're in person, you're not going to really rage at them as hard. So it brought us closer together as friends and teammates as well. So it's it kind of did everything that we wanted it to.
And even though you guys may be the most known challenger team in the circuit, I think there's still a lot to be learned about you guys. I saw in the feature, you were talking about your shot calling ability and how much it's improved from when you were on Cloud9. How does the strategy and shot calling work within the team? Because a lot of teams use the jungler as their shot caller.
Right. So me and Meteos kind of do a combination thing. So he has the smite on our team, so he'll say Baron or Dragon, and if he doesn't want to do it, we're not going to do it. So as far as objectives blue, red, dragon, baron, that's all him. But as far as team fighting and where to push and where to put pressure, I'll mostly say that. So it's helped us a lot so that we have 2 callers now instead of just one figurehead. Because if you make a bad call, then no one can say anything against it. But now with him here too, if I make a bad call, that we can be no, don't do it. So it's pretty helpful to have too.
How do you guys handle situations? For instance, what if Meteos calls something at the same time that you call something and they're different? Who has the upper hand?
Usually if it's an objective like Dragon or Baron, I get the final say. But pushing towers or lane swaps, it's usually all high. And I usually listen to him.
All right. And what was your experience like before joining Quantic? How did you actually find the team?
Well, I'd known about them forever because they're a big team. And then I was on Team Normal Stars for a while, which was just a go for lol team, just me and my friends having fun. And then that team disbanded because we couldn't do the LCS qualifiers because our top laner was too young. And I heard they were looking for a jungler, or they had a temporary jungler, and they asked me to sub for an event or the IPL 6 qualifiers, and they liked me and asked to join, and they said yeah.
Awesome stuff. Kind of want to delve in a little bit to even North American jungling a bit, because a lot of these teams in the past had said North American jungling wasn't necessarily that strong. That's one of the reasons Crumbs, when Dignitas was looking for a new jungler, actually moved him from the top lane to the jungle. Do you think North American jungling is behind, or what's your read on it?
I do think North American junglers are pretty bad for the most part. Generally, the best way to jungle is just to not waste time, and I think people are starting to get the hang of that, but a lot of junglers still waste tons of time just trying things that won't work. So, yeah.
Awesome stuff. I mean, another thing that we noticed coming into this is, as Quantic, you guys have 5 accounts in the top 10 of Challenger, but 4 of your players are in the top 10. Why do you guys value that so highly as far as solo queue experience goes?
Well, we're not really doing anything with our labs at the moment, so we have nothing but solo queue. And like Lemon Nation, the guy that's number 1 and number 4 or 5 right now, he's basically a god at solo queue. He's support and he wins like every game. So I have no idea how he's up there. But as far as like the rest of us, we just play and like we do well in solo queue. So it helps mechanics and everything. And too many people like neglect solo queue. Okay. Like so many people that are like in the LCS are like in Platinum 4 or something and say it's a waste of time. But it's actually pretty helpful for practice if you have nothing else to do. So.
I mean, what kind of practice is it more useful for? Because some teams neglect it because they say it's more about team strategy. Is it individual skills, or do you want to talk about what kind of skills solo queue gets you?
Well, as far as like team strategy goes, if you can't even get like to team fights, then there's like no point to like practice that. Because like if you get dominated in your lane, then you're never gonna get to that stage to win anyway. So like you need to have individual mechanics, and solo queue is very good for that. Like even in these tournament games, I still lose my lane a lot. Like so like my mechanics aren't necessarily the best for a mid laner, but as far as like my team fighting is good. So like I need to spam solo queue like to get better at it, and like just spamming solo queue is just good. Like teaches you matchups, teaches you everything you need to know. Well, for the most part, except for team fighting, and that comes from scrims. So you need like a balance of both.
Okay, and I mean, you guys used that solo queue experience really to just win all your lanes just recently against Team Astral Spoke. And one other thing is Wild Turtle and Nian Tanso have actually both been teammates of yours in the past. Also 80 carries of Lemonation support. How do you guys seem to pick up all these amazing 80 carry talents?
I think Lemon Nation is just a god. Like he's probably like one of the best supports by far in North America. Not just because like mechanically, but like just like the way he plays with his AD carry and like the way he syncs with them. Like he teaches them a lot about the lane, a lot about the game. So like that's why like we have such good AD carries like Nian Tanso and Wild Turtle. They're both part of our team, and now they're in the LCS, and they're both like they're good players on their own, but they need a support to tell them like what to do and like how to do it, and that's where he comes in. So that's like why we have such good AD carries, because of Lemon.
So Lemon Nation MVP in a lot of ways, and he just kind of breeds the 80 carries. Do you know if there's anything he looks for in an 80 carry before he decides to train him?
He looks for people that goes ham. He likes going ham. He doesn't like playing with 80 carries that just farm. Like, I remember Express was saying in an interview or in the video, like, where he'd prefer 80 carry to farm or to attack, then Lemon Nation would obviously prefer the person to attack, be more aggressive, because it's the way we play, so.
Well, awesome stuff. Meteos, hi, thank you very much for this interview, and I wish you the best of luck against Complexity tomorrow when you play best of 5 to see who makes it into the LCS. But for now, we actually have some plays from Kobe24 on the Telestrator to break down the action.
Cheers, Jat. Since those were 2 lightning-fast games, we've got one clip here from the beginning of the first game. That's actually the first blood, and then what happens after that. And we're going to run the whole thing at double speed here just to get through it all. All right, so let's roll this clip. This is going to be the first blood. They use teleport and the jungler ganks to get up there. So a lot of teams at this point would think, oh no, we just lost top. What are we going to do to get back top? Let's pause it here, though. Because Quantic, they don't think about, oh no, we just lost everything top. They think TP is down, the jungler is up there. What are we going to take next? So we have Meteos coming into the jungle. He's going to take the blue buff. We have Balls shoving that mid lane. Let's roll the rest of the clip here at double speed, and we'll see even after he steals this blue buff in response to that first blood top, then he'll make his way down bottom. And even though they've got 2 good wards here, Sneaky Castro does a good thing. He engages first, gets their attention, sets it up perfectly for Meteos. He can come in, they pick up a double kill, and then they roll that into Dragon. So even after giving up first blood, they answer back with 2 more kills plus Dragon and completely negate that lead. So that's enough of this clip here, and we're going to send it back to the guys at the desk.
Well, thank you very much, Kobe. And with match 1 of the Challenger round in the books, let's take a look at the bracket. Thanks to their dominating performance, Quantic Gaming advances into Saturday's portion of the Summer Promotion Tournament, where they will face Complexity in a best-of-5 series for a spot in the NALCS Summer Split.
And coming up next, it's the second Challenger round series between Velocity Esports and the Salad Bar. Then it's Locust and Team Summon versus Fidelis, plus Double Buff taking on Big Fat LP and Azure Cats.
The 2013 North American Summer Promotion Tournament will be right back after these short messages. Don't go AFK.